Hey everybody, so today I wanted to come on here and do a video on leveling up your wardrobe and basically just give you guys some tips and stories on how I went about leveling up my style, my wardrobe, basically switching everything out from Forever 21 to, I don't know, Max Mara, you know, but like not in an overall sense, but like in a metaphorical sense. So anyways, if you want to hear more, then keep watching. So the first tip or idea that I would like for you guys to do when you're thinking about leveling up your wardrobe is kind of seeing how you dress in comparison with women that you see out and about in your daily life or that you see on Instagram, what have you, and you think to yourself, wow, they just look effortlessly classy. They look really put together. They just look expensive. They look like they got money. Like, if you're seeing women like that who you aspire to look like, then it's going to make it a lot easier to kind of know where you're going with your purchases, with your color palettes, with your accessories, with all of that. It makes it a lot easier, in my opinion, if you have a place to start from. So for me, I would see certain women at the airport who just look so put together. They had their cashmere sweaters with the cardigan over their neck, with a really nice pair of well-fitted jeans and an Hermes bag. And I was like, I want to dress like that. Or they'd have like a really nice suit on that had matching Manolos and a Chanel bag to match. It's just, you don't even have to have a designer outfit from head to toe to look really put together. For me, back in the day, I used to think women who had leggings, like not just cheap leggings, but like really nice, well-crafted, high-quality leggings, like, and riding boots with like one of those really nice blazers, who literally look like they just got off a horse. I used to think that was so cute. Like, that whole style is so cute, and I still think that whole style is cute. I think there's one exception to wearing leggings in the world, and it's when you have riding boots on or some type of over-the-knee boot, but we'll get into that later. The overall thing that I started to notice is that I would see women out and about who just, I wanted to look like. I wanted to aspire to look like them. And I noticed the clothing that they were wearing. I noticed the quality of the fabrics. And I said, I'm going to start buying clothes that look like this so that I can look like that. Then when people look at me, they'll be like, wow, she looks classy, she looks like she's put together, she looks like she has her stuff together. And that is what I wanted people to think when they looked at me. And I feel like, well, I still feel like my leveling up is never going to end. I feel like I'm at a point right now where my closet basically says that. The clothing that I wear and the items that I have to choose from, the accessories I have to choose from, finally say to me, you got your stuff together, girl. You look good. So that's what I want you guys to kind of do. Just on social media, follow people who you want to aspire to be like. Follow people who motivate you. Follow people who make you excited. Don't follow people who make you feel bad about yourself or make you feel bad that you can't afford something. No. Take inspiration from people. Don't take jealousy from that. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing I just wanted to get out there, because that's what I did. And it really helped me when it came to the second part. The second part, which I already kind of touched on, was basically, what image do you want to portray to the world? Like I said already, I wanted to portray an image of a woman who has her shit together. A woman who is classy, put together, and just looks like it's part of her aura. You don't even have to try. You just come out the house looking like $1,000,000. that's the image I wanted to portray. And I feel like you have to pay attention to the fabrics that you're wearing. You have to pay attention to the fit of your clothing. We'll get into that in a little bit about how important having well-fitted clothing is, and having things that aren't too tight, having things that just fit you just perfectly, looking like they were made just for you. It is so important because it really does tell the world you got it together. It's sometimes difficult when you're a mom, when you're a student, when you just got a lot going on. However, the overall thing I think everybody should want to portray is the fact that you care about your appearance. So that doesn't mean you have to wear makeup. Some people don't have to wear makeup for this to be evident, you know? But when you have your hair done, when you have your makeup done, and when you have a nice, well-fitted outfit on, you look like you care. And other people will notice that. And I just think you need to think about the image you want to portray to the world. First and foremost, that is the most important thing in my head. And once you have that goal in your head, it's gonna make the next part of this video so much easier for you. The main thing that I did like 4 or so years ago when I decided I wanted to start looking like money, I just wanted to start looking a lot more elegant. The main thing that I did was I cut off my ties with Forever 21. I'm not one who would ever shop at Fashion Nova. I've never shopped there, I never will. But I cut off ties with stores like that. So places like Forever 21, I used to shop there all the time. I would get the most unnecessary stuff from there. And it got to the point where you were wondering why your clothes were falling apart after washing them twice. And it's because the quality just wasn't there. So I decided that for me, what was best and what was going to be best is to invest more money in higher end pieces that will last longer, instead of buying so many things from lower end stores like Forever 21. I just hate Forever 21, if you haven't noticed. I can't stand the store. But basically, I decided to make that transition. I said, I'm going to start shopping at Net-a-Porter. The first big expensive purchase I ever made was a romper from Zimmerman. It was like $500. I think it's around $500. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so much money. Oh my God. But at the end of the day, when I put that outfit on, I felt so cute, so sexy, so classy. And I put my matching red lip on and my Louboutins, and I was just like, I felt like $1,000,000 that night. And the way that made me feel, I just would never forget it. And that was all I needed to know that I didn't need to keep shopping at places like Forever 21 and H&M. Now, every now and then, I will say you will find really good things there. You can find a really nice coat at H&M. You can find some really nice trousers sometimes, but I prefer overall higher quality. So when it comes to pants, I prefer Max Mara. When it comes to coats, I prefer Max Mara. When it comes to high street stores though, if you really just don't have the money and you can't afford these expensive places, I would suggest, if you travel, try shopping at those higher quality stores, higher end stores, when they're having their massive sales. And that's usually mid-summer or like mid-January, early February in a lot of countries. One thing I also would recommend is that a lot of stores online, Moda Operandi and Net-a-Porter are my 2 favorite stores online. The other favorite that I have is called Matches Fashion. They all have really big sales. So if you're wanting something really bad, like wanting some really nice pieces, try looking on those websites. And I feel like you'll see some really good deals. I just got a pair of Jimmy Choos today, actually. I just bought them online at Moda Operandi for, I think they were 50% off. And you don't usually find that. So this is just tips I'm giving you to be able to shop a little bit higher end for someone who's on a budget. But that's what I personally did. I started looking at sales. I started shopping at J. Crew, which for me used to be high end because I couldn't afford J. Crew half the time back in the day. But J. Crew and Banana Republic, I love Banana Republic. I have so many cute things from Banana Republic, this outfit included. And I wore this outfit to the US Open and everybody was complimenting me. And that outfit probably cost $40 because it was on sale. All I'm saying is you don't have to shop at high-end places to look high-end and to look like $1 million bucks. You do not need to. You can shop at Banana Republic, Ann Taylor Loft, J. Crew, the regular Loft. All these places have really nice pieces that if you pair them well and if you style them well, you will look like $1 million bucks. While I did start shopping at higher end stores, I never stopped shopping at Banana Republic and I never stopped shopping at Zara. You just have to be very specific with what you're buying. You have to think, is this a timeless piece? And if it is, then think about how many times you're gonna wear it first and then buy it. If you're looking at this and you're like, I need this blazer, I need it so bad, I'm never gonna find another blazer like this again. Then I would say, really think, like, how often do you wear blazers? And if it's not often, are you gonna start wearing blazers super often? And if the answer is probably not, then look at the price. If the price ain't crazy, then I would say, okay, let's do it. I have a blazer in my closet that cost me about $1,000 and I've worn it twice. So it's not always worth it. You really need to think about 3 times before you buy a piece of clothing, I think. Especially if that piece of clothing is expensive. But even if it's not expensive, I really think you need to think 3 times. Another really good point I feel like everybody should follow is buy timeless pieces. Now, when you look into your closet, I think about minimalism when I think about this. I'm not a minimalist in any aspect. I love having lots of things, but I don't want to have lots of things that I don't wear. So when I think about timeless pieces, I think about pieces that are in a similar color family, even if they're not in the similar color family. Pieces that can be mixed and matched to make different outfits that you don't have to think about. That's what I think about when I think timeless pieces. So I love silk. So I love silk skirts, silk dresses, silk wrap dresses, silk tops. I just love silk. So I buy a lot of silk dresses and silk skirts, and so, like, I just buy a lot of it. And these items that I buy that are silk, if I buy a silk shirt, I can usually wear it with a pair of jeans or a pair of trousers or a skirt. It just depends on the color. Timeless pieces for me in general include skirts, cardigans, wrap dresses, trousers, plain jeans with no rips in them at all. No rips. We don't do rips over here. When you're trying to look a certain way, when you're trying to look classy and put together, you don't need rips in your pants or around your butt cheeks or whatever. You don't need it. You need to stay away from the ripped jeans. Stay away. Don't do it. Flowy dresses. So for me, I really like flowy Zimmermann dresses. I love Zimmermann for their silk wrap dresses. They have the best. I just want my whole closet to be a Zimmermann store, basically, because all their things are super cute. And as far as pants are concerned, I love trousers. I love Max Mara trousers. They fit me so perfectly. Now, there's a very specific type of trouser that fits me perfectly, but Max Mara just has it going on. Cashmere sweaters are a must. In the fall, in the winter, I feel like you need to have one. I feel like it's necessary. Like, if you don't have a cashmere sweater, it's like, what are you doing? What you doing? Because it's like, they're not really that expensive anymore. You can find really affordable ones now that have really gorgeous colors. and you don't really have to think too hard about it. So cashmere is the way to go. I love cashmere coats, cashmere sweaters. Those are timeless pieces for me because as long as you take them to the dry cleaners, they're gonna last forever. But yeah, I think it's really important to know your color palette. I know that warm colors look really good on me. I know that jewel tones look really good on me. And I know that, I mean, white or most bright colors look really good on my complexion, because I feel like when you're a melanated woman, we can get away with wearing a lot of different things because yellows look amazing on us, reds look amazing on us, oranges look amazing on us, just blues make it look amazing on us, purples, you know. You just really need to know what colors look odd on you and what colors accentuate your face and your skin, etc. Also know the difference between white and ivory. They are not the same. They're not. And if you try to tell me that they're the same, you're gonna get blocked. Just kidding. I'm not gonna block you. But they're not the same. So you really need to kind of know your colors in order to know what suits you, and then know your undertones. I'm a neutral undertone, so I feel like at times I can get away with wearing both warm and cool colors because I have a very neutral undertone in my skin tone. Even though I have finally been able to get to the point in my life where I have a lot of Chanel, Fendi, Bottega Veneta, whatever the case. Even though I have these things, I do not like the idea that people feel inferior if they don't have these things. And whether it's with clothes, shoes, or bags, it's just not that serious. Unless you can afford it, then get it as a gift. Try to get it as a gift. Have your partner buy you it so that you're not spending your own money. I personally have never, ever, and I don't think I ever will, spend $6,000 or $7,000 or $8,000 on a bag. My bags are usually gifts, guys. I get them from the guys I date because they want to spoil me. And so I get a bag like a Chanel bag. It used to be a thing, like every time I went to a different country, I'd get a different Chanel bag. That was just my thing. And it still is my thing, you know? So I do not spend my own money on these things. Now, there comes a certain time where if I want something bad enough, I will spend my own money on it. But when it comes to Chanel bag or a Hermes bag, and I will have a couple Hermes bags in 2020, which I'm just speaking it into existence because I know it's gonna happen. But when it comes to these bags, I want them so bad, but I'm not gonna spend $10,000 of my own money on it. No, why should I? I think certain designer items should be gifts. And the number one thing that I would suggest you do is get your clothes tailored. If you get your clothes tailored, you can take a $10, like, I'm not gonna say 10, but you can take like a $50 pair of pants and make them look like 500. You can make things look so much more expensive when you get them tailored. So say you're shopping in the vintage market. I actually have a vintage suit that I got from a store in London, and it is the most comfortable suit that I own. And when I got this suit tailored, it elevated it so much. It just looks like $1 million. The suit is so nice. And I think I only spent like $80 on the suit for the jacket and the pants. So when I got home, I got it tailored, and now that is my favorite suit that I own because it just fits so immaculately. And that's just what I really want to get across to you, is tailoring your clothes will make anything look better. When things fit you correctly, you look expensive, you look classy, and you look put together. When things are too tight for you, you look cheap. When things are too big for you, you look like you can't afford to get a tailor. You wear the clothes, they don't wear you. So if you can't afford Max Mara or a $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 bag or a $1,000 pair of shoes, don't feel bad. There are so many dupes out there. You can go to Etsy right now and get a dupe for a Bottega Veneta pouch bag in 2 seconds. I will link that below. don't feel bad if you can't afford luxury right now. If you know that that's where you want your life to go, you want to have like one day a bunch of Chanel bags and Hermes and a bunch of designer items, speak it into existence. But don't go broke now. Don't put that shit on your credit, because nobody's gonna care. Honestly, you're gonna care because you're gonna think people are actually paying that much attention to you. Personally, I feel like the name of this video should be probably changed to "Don't Go Broke Trying to Look Like $1,000,000." Because it's just not necessary. And while I give you guys a lot of tips and a lot of insight to what I personally did, I think the best way to go about leveling up your wardrobe is a little bit at a time. When you get more money, when you get more successful, when you get a husband or boyfriend who wants to spoil you and buy you certain things, let them. But at the same time, don't go broke trying to show off, because it's not going to help you and nobody's going to give a shit. And you're just going to be left with fucking poor credit, looking like $1,000,000, but not having a pot to piss in. That is the end of my video. If you want me to elaborate on anything else, I can do more videos. I will do more videos on this subject. I just wanted to kind of give you this little video in hopes that it helps somebody. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. Have a great day, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.